We do have a little bit of time before we get into map 1.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously the rosters for Team Chrystii, it's Chrystii herself, Brian Lenwin, Kevin, Duama Andy, and Maple. That's right, Order Maple, Elven Sun himself. And meanwhile for AlphaNam, Purple, Lazy Bud, Ash, AKSH. I'm gonna call him Ash. TheAlphaNam and La Flame. So on paper, just having Maple there for Chrystii's team, that's a pretty big buff.
Yeah, Maple's a lot of firepower just as one player. Probably going to be on something like the Jet, They've before coming into Order, at least, they were known to play that Jet role in teams like Bliss and on Demon back in the day. So would like to see that come out from him. And I mean, the rest of the roster, there should be enough firepower on both these teams anyway. I think going into these best of threes as well, you generally don't want to see a one-sided affair at all. This game definitely can go all 3 maps, sir. Speaking of maps, sir, currently we do have the Veeders. So Veeders will be Ascent, Bind, and Split. So pretty standard maps, nothing too out of the ordinary. I guess you can consider Split to be out of the ordinary, but it's map 3 anyway, so it kind of made it through. So we're not going to be seeing stuff like Breeze, Icebox, or Haven. I'm not too sure if Fracture's in the pool, but we're not going to be seeing Fracture if it is in the pool. So yeah, really standard stuff. Like, it's very straightforward. Ascent. So since we're starting on Ascent, we're probably going to see really basic comps, double Server, double Jet. Probably like double KJ a lot of the time as well. I'm interested to see what these teams do decide to actually pick up on these maps, because coming into a tournament like this, you can kind of just get away with playing comfort picks. So we might see stuff like the Phoenixes, maybe the Breaches, Cyphers, Sages, Brimstone, potentially. There's a lot more variables that come into a best of 3 like this than in a professional level best of 3 there. But not to take anything away from the players, these games will still be extremely competitive.
I certainly hope so, because you know what, despite this being not some big tier tournament, and it's just like a little fun gathering for a lot of content creators in Oceania, basically the equivalent of a budget Twitch rivals down here. I do want to see them to go the distance and play their very best. I would like to say that these teams have scrimmed and just really played together to get teamwork flowing, because they want to win the prize pool, which I think is $500, so 100 per person. That's good to give you either 5 nice Macca's meals or 3 really big splurge meals. Well, what would you really do actually if you won $100?
$100. I mean, like if I was forced to buy something.
Yeah.
Look, all right. I've been this is probably a very dumb way to spend it, but I've been craving the Dragon Vandal, and it has not appeared in my store for like a couple of months now, and I just want that skin, because I'm telling you right now, the blue Dragon Vandal actually has aimbot. Like, that's just an unintended feature, but it has aimbot. Like, I can guarantee it.
Okay. All right. I was totally expecting to say something like coffee related or
no.
Else.
Look, that's too easy for you. That's too easy for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will admit you had me there. I didn't see it coming. But yeah, look, about this series, you said that Split was the bit of the curveball map. That obviously is map 3, so we may not get there. Hopefully we do, because if we do go to Split, right, my only concern is AlphaNam's team. Last time they played on Split, they had it down. Although I do think they lost because their opponents were stronger mechanically, but they put up a really strong fight, and they had the right executions and had the right idea. AlphaNam on Lurks playing support with smokes and everything, and of course Lazy Bud. She, I think, had some pretty big moments on her Viper, which I would like to see again. But the first issue, against Team Chrystii, you have to get past Ascent and Bind. And like you said earlier, if you want to see Maple reprise his role as that Jet that he was renowned for in the past, starting off on Ascent, it may be a tough mission.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we talk about Maple out there, but at the end of the day, like, they've got a good supporting cast. Like Chrystii has also played in some of those, I believe, played some in those female tournaments, and actually plays like pretty well. Considering everything, so like there's a lot more firepower on the team outside just Maple, and alongside the rest of the cast. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I'd like to see this go 3 maps as well. I think at the end of the day, if it's a close tour, then it's a different story. But if it goes 3 maps, then honestly, like it's competitive, and that's what you want to see. Like, you want to see a competitive game. We have just been sky flashed in the lobby, by the way.
Yep.
As the game was trying to go live. Yeah, so we just got blinded there. That's unfortunate. So we're just gonna have to wait for 2 people to reconnect into the lobby until we can get back into this game. But once we got a little bit more time there, I guess one thing that we can touch on is just how these teams kind of, I guess, somewhat got here, because it has been like a very long 2 weeks. So they've played through so many best of ones, coming into best of threes now. There's been a lot of competition. So at the end of the day, if you can't perform now, I mean, well, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, yeah.
Yeah. And I hate to say it because like we had some nice competition throughout, and obviously you know the final four teams to make it to the very end into the playoffs, they are a force to be reckoned with, and they do have star players. So I really think it's this, right? There's a few of these teams. I think maybe 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. They have great teamwork as an entire team when they play, and then those other teams.
Yo, run it.
What they have is like 1 or 2 individual star players that they play around, and that's how they really get the dubs. But hey, okay, enough of us talking because Ascent Map 1 finally underway, and Agent Pick selects. Let's check it out. All right, Crash, give us the rundown. You wanted to see double killjoys, Jet, probably, obviously. I want to see Astra.
Astra's great. I think one thing at the end of the day is a lot of you don't really see someone. Well, there's AlphaNam hovering near him already. You don't really see stuff like Astra get picked because Astra generally isn't a comfort pick for most players. I'll say right now, I can say like from my experience from my team at least that I'm playing in currently, like I got forced onto the Astra role. I just kind of taught myself how to play Astra, and it works out in the end. Like if you put time into an agent like Astra, you get rewarded so heavily. That agent is so disgustingly good.
She's not hard to play. She's not
hard. It's one of those things where it's like you can't just kind of W key onto a site unless you've like burnt that gravity well. Like that gravity well, if that thing's just sitting there, like it's impossible to follow your jet onto a site. Indeed. So these comps to come out so far, Maple's gonna be on the Reyna, and that's kind of expected. Like you want to see him on a duelist, and Reyna's just kind of like that pug stomp agent where you just go in, take a fight, you get out, you go in, you take a fight, you might get chipped down a little bit, but boom, you've healed back up, you're back to full HP, you can go for another fight. The rest of the supporting cast is really standard as well. You're gonna see a jet, we're gonna see double jet and double sage as well. Sage is something that's really good on this map as well, because that wall, both offensively and defensively, holding sites and being able to push them out of like, let's say they want to go A main early, you just wall them off, boom, what can they do? They want to re-attack A main after the wall goes down, boom, you have like 2 slow-ups to slow them down. Like Sage is one of those picks on these maps where it's not seen as much, especially in UC, but around the world, like I guess does get picked quite a bit because they're quite oppressive to play against. We like see no traditional sentinel on either of these comps, so Sage will, I guess, be taking up that pseudo sentinel role alongside Lazybud on that Viper. So they're going to be picking up Viper, which I guess at this day and age is not really a controller. They're more of a Senti anyway. So they've got a very defensive comp. So I'm curious to see them starting on the defensive side as well. There's going to be a lot of tools they have available to them. Curious to see how they do manage to play this defensive side out.
Oh, look, to say the very least, you know, it's not every day that you see Viper being picked on a sense, and this is a nice, fresh change of pace, to say the least. I want to see what Lazybud has in store for us, you know, what kind of lineups, what kind of strategies, and, you know, where does she place her Viper walls? That's what I'm most curious about. Okay, well, she's answered that question. Seems like we're off the bat, over towards just A. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you a quick update. I'm gonna say right now, I don't know if stream can see this, but in the chat, apparently we're gonna be seeing a knife fight.
Hello.
Allegedly. They say that.
Allegedly.
I highly doubt it.
Sorry, wrong button.
Alright, well, they're grouped up mid. We'll find out if this does come to fruition, yeah?
Take it back, it's true. Alright, off the bat, they're meeting mid, and they're going to face off right now. The defense just sitting back, and Brian starts it off nicely, dashes into Lazy, but Lazy's running for her life, and she does manage to escape briefly, runs into the wall though, and that may be the death of her. Brian 1v1ing with Lazybud across the map. Meanwhile, the rest of her team still facing off towards mid, and no one's going anywhere. They're sitting still. And they're talking about no abilities.
Oh, because someone dashed.
Can stand up right now. All right, Brian, you sneaky little rat. Kyvan gets 2 nice jabs in. And look at this, the defense are falling away. Kyvan finishes off AlphaNam. Lewin takes down Ash. Lazybud does manage to strike back, but I don't think it's enough. The defense is down to the last legs now. Kyvan on a roll. He's done so much damage, and he's on a few kills. Chrystii finishes off Love Flame. It's all down to purple. 1v3, and they gang up on him. Brian to finish off the job, and look at that. First round going over to the attackers, losing only 1 player. Damn, Kyvan, the real MVP of that round, right there.
Wow, I'll be honest, I don't know how you managed to cast that, but that's a props to you right there. You've casted a knife round. Like, how do you feel coming away? Oh wait, okay. Look, I was gonna talk about how you've just casted a knife round. What is this crosser? This is are you seeing this?
Pretty good. I like that.
That is a cool crosser. Okay, before I get sidetracked, how do you feel now that you've actually casted a knife round?
It feels like a very nice change of pace, and honestly, it's not bad. It feels like I'm casting like a real fight in real life. But hey, look, let's focus on this round because then right now the attack is full buy and the defense, they're forcing as well. Brian to lead the charge. Purple just biding his time and Brian gets executed. Purple gets 2. Axe comes in as well. And the attack is falling apart. They're not getting anything. This full spot from the defense is working out. All down to Chrystii jumping into her death. Axe cleans up with the triple. And oh my goodness, 1 for 1 really quick.
Yep, so that was an interesting force play. Something that wasn't noted from us is, I believe, one of the players on AlphaNam, or Team AlphaNam, didn't actually purchase anything. So
Very classic.
Somewhat, I guess, like a pseudo 4v5 in terms of the firepower, and it still works out in the end. They managed to also pick up the Phantom that was dropped from Brian. So there you go. That's a Phantom also retrieved, and that's a really interesting force play that somehow worked out in the end. They just walked into the stack and they kind of just didn't really have an answer for the paranoia. So there you go, 1-1 on the board here. They're going to be working towards mid. They have really weak weapons now. Chrystii's going to be working towards breaking this the Sage Wall here. And what's happened with this Sage Wall is they've just completely given them B main control for free. Okay, that's a sharp shot.
Damn.
But they've given them B main control for free. So Chrystii's actually able to get a... Okay, what's just happened?
Purple just, I don't even know, that was such a quick kill, but Purple struggling, gets 2, over 3 at this point, runs out of ammo, dashes, but can't quite escape the safety. Kaiman will finish the job. 2v2, what's happening? The attackers, they had such a weak buy coming into this round, and the defense, they've just fallen to pieces. Maple's picked up a gun, and okay, granted he has no armor, but he has one heal, 2 heals to work with. Post plant now, the defense, they better be able to pull this back.
This is a sketchy scenario. It's just incredible sheriff shots to come out at the start of the round. Really open things up. 2 picks as well. So that's just 2 guns taken away. The retake's going to be coming in now. Flame's going to be working their way down towards the stairs side. Flash guns come out. It's going to be a sharp shot from Maple. And going to be a second one connected onto Lazy. Maple holding down the line in the end with that vandal that was picked up. That's good post plant. And this is I guess not
Back
really
and
the way
forth.
we expected this game to start off. It's like a Dust 2. You just force every round, you just win. You just back to back 1-1 until the team wins 2 in a row. That's what we're seeing currently.
Yep. And honestly, you know, I think AlphaNam, he kind of regrets taking that early round mid-fight. Now I think he'll have to give more respect to Chrystii's team because he just got bloody clapped.
Yeah, just sharp shot to come out as well. It's not, it's not even that. It's really just, I think, just a really sharp shot that you didn't expect. This is going to be a very heavy B play currently. They're breaking the wall early. They don't get popped early. They're going to just potentially look to pop through, but they know the Sage is here as well. And AlphaNam's on the other side. He's going to be holding the paranoia. The second they come out, he's going to paranoia, and there you go.
But he can't see anything. It's Purple to get the first kill with the jet blades. And Axe still trying to lock down the site. And Purple, what are you doing, man? Buzzard is to his dead. The attackers haven't gone anywhere. One by one, the defense, they're pushing individually. La Flame, 1. Damn near gets the second. Tags this over down low, but there is a Sage heal available from Chrystii. Another 2v2 post plants. Can the defenders do better this time?
2v2 here. Similar scenario to last round. They do have singular smoke. The second one's going to be coming up very shortly. AlphaNam's going to get timed here. Chrystii with the play of a lifetime with the spray transfer as well. That's beautiful. That's the Sage res line as well going into this next round.
Absolutely marvelous by Chrystii. And you know, it's what I think a lot of like teams or players don't do individually is when they're under pressure, they think they have to hold an angle. They don't want to, you know, try push and pull a little bit. But honestly, the audio cues in this game, it's so apparent, and you can just really use it to your advantage. Like, isn't that what Gambit's like Nats does? You know, he just stays close, he listens, and perfect timing, just pushes.
Yeah, if you really know how to take advantage of audio cues in this game, just listening for footsteps, like identifying what's happening just from that sound info, like you can make some insane plays off of that. Speaking of insane plays, okay, I thought Purple might actually come up with a shot there, just wasn't looking in the right direction there. Notice the Sage is also towards B as well. They're also barreling down mid. So AlphaNam gonna hit some nice sheriff shots, not meant to be there.
No. Ash, hide him behind the wall, Maple knows. Maple knows. They're getting decimated right now, and Maple's just pushing in deep. He wants these kills. He wants the, you know, it states his name in the server. Brian is trying to basically outdo him. Lazy Blood and La Flame.
1 enemy
2v5
remaining.
with pistols. I take it back. It's only down to Lazy Blood. Good luck. Oh my god.
Okay, well, Maple gets a 4K. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Nice little 4K. Eco frags. Doesn't hurt. Well, that's why you can't hide behind the Sage wall like that against a player like Maple. Like, they're just too away. They've got too much experience on them now. So just, no, okay, you can't really cheese me like this. And it's just, you know, that's experience right there. 4K as well. Granted, it is eco frags. At the end of the day, a 4K is a 4K. So they're going to be 5-manning outside this A site now. They know the Sage and the Omen are playing towards B, so all they have to worry about now is potentially the Viper. So we haven't really tested how this Viper is going to be playing on Lazy. So alongside Purple, Purple's going to be going for potentially an aggressive pick. They're going to hear so many footsteps at the start when the Surf Dart is coming out, but it is missed.
That dart did absolutely nothing. Purple spots that one dash, but no, Brian saw him dashing through as well. Goodness gracious, defender down, and LazyBud trying to hold on for dear life. Really can't get much done here. Free side take, but Chrystii very close quarters with LazyBud. Walls it just to be safe, and now post plant. The defense down a player. Brian pushing aggressively indeed. Ash actually chimes in, takes down Maple, and Brian's still going deeper. LaFlame playing a rat angle, and AlphaNam, what are you doing, mate? Brian putting pedal to the metal, gets traded back by LazyBud, but no, Chrystii finally pushes aggro. 1-for-1 trades right now, and defense is falling apart again. All down to LaFlame, 1v2. I mean, it's doable, but okay. Gets the first kill, and then he gets the second, and he was so low. Fantastic clutch, but it came down to the wire.
Well done in the end from LaFlame. Secure that 1v2 in the end. It looked a little bit sketchy after the dismiss out into the open, but the second they spotted both players in the open, okay, they know exactly where they need to look. Nice shot onto Maple, and then in the end, Andy just basically 1 HP, so that's a really easy shot to hit. You just need one straight bullet. And there you go. Beautiful. So they've finally won the second round. They've just doubled their rounds. That's pretty good. And they also have quite a few ults available. So I'd like to see Lazy just drop the ult somewhere at this point. Like, you need to start winning a couple more rounds. This wall's going to come up. They've been doing this wall every round. There's nothing wrong with it, considering they don't really go towards A. But I'd like to see just maybe a Viper's Pit deployed at one stage. Maybe just sit inside it with the Judge, completely force him out of A main, something like that. Standard stuff to come out yet again. The wall is going to be there. They're going to break it early, though. So this is now getting punished. They've read into this wall coming out early, and then now starting to punish it.
I think Chrystie's getting ready to self wall boost as well. Oh, okay, or not.
Grabbing the orb, but look at Purple. They've already crept up all the way through A. They've read into the fact that they're basically just playing as 5 at the start of every single round. They've got this advanced line.
They're adapting, but Purple just has to choose the right time to strike. Doesn't clear it, gets executed, and dashes to safety. That's right, man advantage. Although Brian playing a sneaky angle here. Oh,
anything.
Oh, they gotta stay alive.
Barreling down mid right now, going for a couple of stray shots through the smoke. Not going to be able to find anything for the time being. Just working their way up towards Cat. So 4v5, they're the ones on the back foot here. They need to make the play. Pushing through B main here. Is that going to be a pick? Oh, okay, they don't go for the shot. That could have been very interesting. The Flames on the other end of this, though. They may be able to get one and try to get the overkill coming out. 3 members working towards shot here.
LaFlame, good for one. Purple, the timing, the positioning.
Spike down A.
Oh dear, this is the best round thus far for the attackers. Heavy man advantage favoring them. And then in the, and the attack, what do you do? It's only a last place. Wrong angle. LazyBud executes one, and he 1v4. Takes down 2. 1v2 now. About 20 seconds to play with, and the spike, it's just in front of him. Plays very slowly, expecting LaFlame to pick, but he's running out of time. Has a knife out. Oh, Andy sat for just a bit too long.
Yeah, can't really be pulling out the knife there. You kind of need to just be holding out your gun. You don't know where, you only know where one of them is. You know one towards that store location, towards tree. You don't know where the second one is, and the second the knife comes out and LaFlame swings, you know, that's the round, that's the round. But look at the economy. The attackers now, they've finally been put, I guess, put into a weird position. If they lose this round, they may just be out of credits, providing they don't get that spike down. And on the flip side as well, their economy's also been quite tapped, especially after that 4v1. The second Andy managed to get 2 kills there, the economy gets tapped a little bit there. So another Sage Wall to come out, it's just going to get broken again. They're just kind of doing the same thing, and nothing's really changing. With the slow orb, that's already almost Sage's whole entire kit just completely gone.
Yeah, look, it's good that the defense, they're starting to, you know, read into, I would say, the patterns of the attackers, but at the same time, the attackers are also adapting. Look where Chrystii is. She's managed to basically lurk onto A, but looks the wrong way, though. Oh, Christie's just better. Christie's just better. Claps Purple wood like that. Purple had
just
to dash
doesn't
as
go
well.
wide. Yeah, he doesn't go wide on the angle there. That's a nice shot to come out from Brian. That just might potentially secure the round. He goes for a bit more, but doesn't get punished for it. Knife out. AlphaNam with running out.
Spike planted.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
There we go. Rez.
Out, but look. Chrystie's playing inside the smoke. They have no idea.
What is this?
She can strike like a ghost in the night. Post plant now, and the defense, they're just getting pinched apart. Chrystii, what a nice angle. Catches one. Basically a collateral as well. Tags up AlphaNam, who was unawares. 1-for-1 trade, but look at AlphaNam. He's so low. Swings into a firing squad. Oh man, some rounds just aren't meant to be. And look, the attackers, they just draw so much attention over towards one side. Meanwhile, one person lurked up over towards A, and then the aggression from short, Brian, everyone else, they just pushed up so deep that the defense had to check every angle.
Yeah, well, I almost thought we were going to see a bit of a collateral there, just randomly onto one and the other through the smoke. That would have been quite interesting. Wasn't meant to be. I was hyping that up a little bit, but look, it's not working. Have a look what's happening yet again. The Sage Hole is going to get deployed, and guess what's going to happen, Dig? What do we think is going to happen here?
I think the attackers aren't going to push through it.
Wait, they broke it?
They broke it.
The round? Oh, okay.
Wait, a judge play, Ash, and a crossbar from AlphaNam. It's two judges just locking down the angle.
The one from Amy. The one how to use the judge?
Well, no, they've learned how to bait the attackers in.
Yeah.
And now
looks like it.
Purple once again positioning. He got spotted out the
shot.
One enemy
remaining. Maybe no. But LaFlame was there to trade out. What? That was clinical. That was clinical. The defense, they played together as a team, and it's like, mind games, mental conditioning. Holy.
Yeah. So what's happening here is okay. So this is like something that's happening from the attackers here. They're grouping up as 5 basically at the start of every single round, and Purple has read into this. This is like 2 rounds now. They've read into this. They've just walked through A main. The second that they hear them spamming that Sage Wall towards B, they just walk through A main and get into this advanced line. They're like, hey guys, look, I've cleared mid, I've cleared A main. There's nothing here. They're all towards B. Just rotate towards B. I'll hear the rotations. Yeah. That's what happened. They keep getting into these ratty angles, and not really because they're doing anything too fancy, just because they're allowing to get into this angle, and then boom, we finally see a Viper's Pit deployed. They've had it up for quite a bit though, so it's good to see at least come out in the end. Purple going to the fight here, manages to get one, doesn't dash out in time. That's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade early.
He knows that Jet has a dash, right? It'll be like that's 2 occasions he hasn't used it.
Yeah.
LaFlame has to go huge here to defend.
Oh, the head.
Yeah, easy clap.
Spike
Dives to safety.
A.
Chrystii solo challenging over towards mid. There's 2 players there. Brian again, just untethered aggression.
Walk into the pit.
Lazy Bud. Oh, what a good pre-fire by Maple, just checking these close wall angles. And Lazy Bud's confused. That's disastrous. And look at this.
Spike planted.
Plant down again. AlphaNam, he got spotted, didn't he? Chrystii knows.
Has his knife out as well.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I thought for a second he might win that one because he's just starting the hard strafe, but not meant to be. 6 rounds on the board. So, at the very least, the attackers, they're going to be able to at least get 6, and that means they're going to be able to draw this half at the very least. So, anything more than that would be great. And that's 6 rounds on the attacking side of Ascent. So, already that's really solid. And looking at their comp as well, it's to be expected. They have a lot of tools to get onto the side. And the second they're going to swap over to that defensive side, they've also got a lot of tools to hold the side. They've got the Sage and they've got the Brimstone. Like, just those 2 alone is pretty solid. Brimstone with the Molly and alongside Sage with, Sage's whole kit basically, besides the heal and the res, is pretty solid. Holding down sides.
I gotta say, the defense, they are putting up a strong fight. LaFlame changing positions. Oh my god, same story again. So many attackers holding the angle. Andy trying to do some damage with the ultimate. Point blank range. They know he plays here. They gotta check it. Surely, number 1 can't get the second. Back is instant. Akash though, you gotta run to the same, runs the hills, man. Brian just keeps pushing. Purple, okay, yes, he's flanked again, and now the attackers are they are pinched. Spike is down over towards Archers. 2v2. More crossfire. Lazy Blood gets spotted out. Brian gets tagged down to 1 HP. Lazy Blood's also very low.
Oh, the Molly.
Marvelous. He misses. He misses. Brian swings, gets the flick. And now it's all down. Holds the angle, gets the kill.
Spike down.
Brian's low indeed, and Purple. He's gonna play the positioning, yeah. Time as well, 40 seconds. So Brian, he can really go A or anywhere he wants.
That's a spike now. They're gonna. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Wait, he's watching it.
Brian's watching it.
Oh,
marvelous play. Quad feed for Brian. He brings it home. That's 7-4 in the first half for the attackers.
That's disgusting. That was basically going to be which Jet gets their 4K in that round, and it's going to be Brian. Beautiful to see in the end. That's just the awareness. At that point in time, you don't have to watch anywhere else. Like, it makes sense. But the fact that you're aware of that's just what you want to see in the end. The fact that they're aware of that possibility is just showing that, like, Brian's here to play. They're 17-7.
He's had his coffee.
Yeah.
Need a drop.
He's working up out of bed. He's like, you know what? I've chosen violence today, fellas. Like, I'm playing to win. Like,
he's
there's no in
the
between.
operator to use in tandem with his blades on attack, the final round. But look at this. Replay stack. There's a judge in action.
Okay, that was
gets nothing.
That was the best start.
My goodness.
It's it's to scare them. It's to scare them. Look, I failed my next one. I'm not gonna fail, so don't get
They need to pop this fast. Oh dear, here comes the attack, and Purple shuts it down. Gets traded back to protect. Kill feed lighting up just a bit, and Purple double dipping a little bit further. Andy may not see this coming. Oh, was past him, and Purple go one. The paranoia was good, but just a second too late. Brian claps back. Operator has been pulled out. Maybe he tunnel vision, and AlphaNam once again sneaking in deep. And now it's all down to Chrystii. 1v3, spike in her hands, but she's going
no way they pushed this. Okay, well,
that's a lot of firepower around the corner.
They have the full kit.
Oh, Chrystii.
Oh no.
Close.
Well, if they get that pick on AlphaNam, I'll be completely honest, I would believe. I would start believing that for sure. Because it gets into a position where you have your whole kit there when you have the heal. So if you take some damage from that first fight, you can heal the majority of it back off anyway. So, and alongside a wall and a slow, you could really slow down that retake that would come most likely onto the B side there, considering they were regrouped towards A there. But 7 rounds going into your defensive side, that's great. That's exactly what you want to see. Christie's going to be playing towards the B side alongside the opposing Sage that we just saw in the other half. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if they do play this angle any differently there. Something that they would, I guess, the thing about this wall, it's good and it's bad. It's good because you're forcing them out of B main, but it's bad because the attackers can just break it and you give them a free orb basically. And Digital, you know how I'm like with my orbs, you know, not really giving them away for free, but that's something.
A tale as old as time.
It's happening. It's happening again. Oh my god, that's impressive.
Rolls up short, but Purple, he's just diving in deep, trying to take a playbook out of Brian's book. And now Maple just spamming it down. Oh my god, he gets 2 headshots. Looking for 3 at this point. The reload gets caught out, gets the 3rd. Unbelievable. He's going for more. The greed is just not paying off. That's okay. Damage has been done. LazyBot 1v3, just trying to shoot. Good for 1. Brian goes in for a shake. And oh, the defense, they lock it down. That was just BM towards the end.
That's just it's I feel like it's just better there seeing it from Andy's POV, just his teammate trying to go for the knife. Just out of the open in a 1v3 where it's potentially winnable. He's just like, nope, going for the knife. Maple with the Stella, I mean that's it's just experience. You know when they're pushing out into the B side and you know they haven't really pushed down lane yet. You kind of know where to spam, and he's aiming at the chest as well, which is something else to note. If you aim at the chest, you're most likely going to hit more shots than not, because if you're aiming at the head through a smoke, it's very unlikely going to hit anything. Purple is up aggressively, but Andy gets a better start. It's just going to be a murder down.
Brian, and a double shotgun as well. 1 for 3. He's on for a knife again. You're joking, and Maple gets that kill. You know, this tag team between Brian and Maple, they're really bringing home right now the rounds for Team Chrystii. Look at it. 2 rounds that quickly.
I mean, it's just really holding down these sites. That's all it is. Attackers have gone for these really fast plays, and it hasn't worked out yet for 2 rounds in a row. So the question is, will they do something like that again? I don't think it's going to really be happening. They've kind of just, I guess what you do there is you go at the start, you figure out their setup, you go A, you figure out the setup. So they know the setups now. They have all this information, and the defenders really haven't changed anything up. So now it's really just a matter of, okay, we have this information, how do we adapt off of this? They're not going to be breaking the dot. Okay, well, that's interesting. But have a look here.
Yep.
Already this double push.
Instant map control. LaFlame has no idea.
LaFlame gets one, but it doesn't matter because Maple is what? Wait, okay, well, LaFlame gets, Wait, what? How did LaFlame manage to get through there when there's a double flank?
And Maple hesitated, and Purple chimes in, takes down Brian, probably still aware that Maple's around the map somewhere. Maple claps back, has to heal himself, and now the attack is 1-man advantage. Sage versus Sage on site. Chrystii hiding behind the wall. Ash has no idea. Chrystii can just strike right now. Maple's there to join her. The drop, and no one heard. Maple can also strike right now. Walks right through it, can't get anything done. And he has faith in Chrystii. Run, spray and pray, takes down LazyBot.
1 enemy remaining.
Spray, takes down Ash. 3 kills for Maple, and it's all down to AlphaNam. No time to play, nowhere to go. And Maple ultimates, pops it, confirms the 4K. Double digits now for Team Chrystii.
Well, it's looking very dire. Very, very dire right now. That's the bonus round that has gone the way of Chrystii there, or Team Chrystii there. So
that's control.
It's just happening. Like, this is something that happens if you don't play something like a Cypher, you don't play something like a Killjoy, and you're not investing a player into watching that flank. It happened both sides. It's been happening. They've been abusing these open flanks, and they're getting punished for it.
Similar story. Okay. challenging Maple with a frenzy. Yeah, maybe not the best idea.
I don't actually think purple there's the dash exists, to be completely honest. But Christie's been taking down the flip side, so that's a pick and a half.
Did you even see Lazy Bud, or is it your experience? Maple digging deep.
Oh, for a
3K.
3K. Okay, so at least at this point, take the orb. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're going to be going for the swing. Ooh. Okay, that was completely unnecessary. You've just given them a phantom to work with and the B site for free.
The wall.
Okay, this has just gotten scary. This has actually gotten into in a winnable scenario here. The up drop is going to come out there. That could have been a stellar shot. Not meant to be for the time being there. Now it's going to be AlphaNam. Get one.
Enemy remaining.
Second, on for 4K now. Manages to also get this clutch out. It would be absolutely insane for him. He also has the paranoia and one smirk to work with.
Andy's low. One shot should finish the job. Hammer's
running
short. Yeah, oh, lane. Andy, you get the headshot. He does get the headshot in AlphaNam. Worst possible timing. He sidesteps and the bullets go stray. Damn. They needed that round.
It's a round that you should never be winning if you're Andy. You're 30 HP. You're going to full HP, full armored opponent with Phantom. No intel either. They have their full kit. They're not going for it. They're like, no, I'm holding my gun.
Nam
holding my gun out here. Oh, what's happening with the operator? You throwing it? Okay. Well,
okay.
I think Nam pushing, that's fine. They have the paranoia to play with in the first line if they do get them onto the side and hear the tap. But it's just they weren't ready for the fight. I think at that point they were also moving as well, trying to like strafe around. And maybe the shots didn't connect. Crosshair might have been a little bit off. That's unfortunate. That's definitely a round you need to be winning there. That's all the momentum still in the favor of the defenders right now. They've just not lost momentum. That could have been the time it's turning, but it's not meant to be currently. It's 11-5.
Oh, Maple, we can't be doing that, man. Two, finally.
He goes for another.
He's just confident. He's confident. The damage has been done. The defense.
One enemy
they're already
remaining.
here, and he's holding down the angle. Left mouse button. Only one button on his mouse, and he just presses it. Gets 3. He was blinded. He couldn't see anything. And now it's match point for the defense. Oh my God. This second half has been an absolute nightmare for AlphaNam's team.
Well, that's what happens if you have a complex. Like I don't want to say it's like at the end of the day, like you want to play your comfort picks, but I feel like at this point it is a bit of a comp diff. You don't really have a way to gain info. You basically don't have you don't have a way to gain info. So you kind of have to just invest bodies at these angles, trying to figure out who's there.
Yeah,
and if you don't know,
right
you can't really talk to them. Yeah, look at that. They're just on the line.
Okay. Brian does miss. It's nice, I guess. And he uses dash early on. Maple, okay, good for one. Finally, they trade him out before he can do any more damage. But however, it's really messy right now. AlphaNam, he's starting to step up a little bit. But Brian, once again, the angle misses his second operator shot. They know that he's towards mid now, and they are aware. The push out, Lazybot spots out Brian, who had a Vandal picked up, and gets the frag. Regardless, Chrystii, timing, audio cues.
Oh, the whiff!
Good for none, but it's okay. Tip for attack trade, and it's all down to AlphaNam again. Planting really wide open here, and that's it. There's a time. Brian, that's just disgusting. AlphaNam had no idea the utility combination from Sova. They had guaranteed intel. They knew where he was. And now 13-5, flawless
Defenders
second half
win.
for Team Chrystii.
Okay.
What a way to finish map 1.
Well, as I'm gonna say time and time again, that's what happens if you're not watching these flanks and you're just getting pushed from a lot of these extremities. You're just not really gonna have a good time. And alongside that, no Cypher, no Killjoy in a map like this. And if you're not doing that, you're not investing a player to watch those flanks. So many rounds are just lost by these random pushes coming out because they could get away with them. And look what's happened. That was a flawless defensive half coming out from Team Chrystii. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where, as I'm saying, like I'm gonna say it time and time again. If you're not watching those flanks, or you don't have an agent that can watch those flanks, that's gonna get abused. It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's so easy to read into, and no info as well on the side of AlphaNam. There's really no way to find a way to get info. Like you don't have a server, you don't have a Sky, you don't have a Killjoy, you don't have a Cypher. You have no way to passively get info. And that's just been a detriment to them. They've basically had to barrel their way onto the site. They've been greeted by Sages, they've been greeted by a Brimstone, and just this firepower and Maple and Brian, it was just too much to handle.
Way too much. And it's good to see that they came into map 1 really hot and all cylinders firing, and I hope they do bring the momentum back into map 2, which will be coming up shortly after this short break, guys. I'm DigitalCasts, and of course CrashOBS. This is Team Chrystii versus AlphaNam. Map 2 bind coming in soon. We're clear, right?
you're up to after all the shit we've been through. And I've been spending a lot of time drinking and smoking, hoping to subdue the thought of you in my head. So if you're out there somewhere, and if you still even care, possibly still questioning what is he doing. I've been trying to find a way to numb all this pain since you've been away. I don't wanna feel anymore, and there's probably people telling you that I'm doing fine, just taking my time. Although it appears that I'm strong, it still hurts. There's been a lot of nights where I feel alone, needed someone to talk to, 'cause I just need to get through. And I've been spending a lot of money on things that I don't need, hoping that I feel new, but I can't get you on my head. So if you're out there somewhere, and if you still even care, possibly still questioning what is he doing. I've been trying to find a way to numb all this pain since you've been away. I don't wanna feel anymore, and there's probably people telling you that I'm doing fine, just taking my time. Although it appears that I'm strong, I've been trying to find a way, I've been trying to find a way that I can numb this pain. I don't wanna feel anymore, and there's probably people telling you I'm just trying to get you out of my head, just taking my time. Although it
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Project Oceania Finals Day, and of course our first matchup of the day, Team Chrystii versus Team AlphaNam. I'm DigitalCasts, William Zhang, and my co-caster, Christian Vidi, CrashOBS, my co-caster and observer for today. And look, we just saw map 1 of 3 with Team Chrystii versus AlphaNam, and as bad as it sounds, it was a bit of a flogging coming out from Team Chrystii.
Yeah, really one-sided affair, especially when it swapped over to that defensive side for them. Attackers weren't able to get a singular round, actually. So that's nightmare scenario, really. 13-5 to end that one. On Ascent, we're going to be heading into binders, so hopefully now things do change up. I'm not too sure whose map pick this is, but at the end of the day, new map, you want to just, try to turn the tides here. You want to bring it to split if possible. So
Indeed.
We will see if that does happen in the end there. But look, if it's anything that from I guess what we saw in the first game, I'm not too optimistic here, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, look, I can understand your non-optimism because for Team Chrystii, right, you have extreme firepower and Maple and Brian, and they're playing with full confidence. They're just pushing every angle and they're getting these kills, and it's just working out every single play they do. But however, for the defense, right, well, I say defense, I mean the other team. For Team AlphaNam, I think Bind might be more suitable for them, at least, because especially Lazy Bud, I want to see her reprise Viper again on Bind, on a map that I think is much more suited to that agent. But, as for everyone else, I kind of think they do have to just step up a little bit. Maybe game 1 was warm-up, and you could see towards the end, AlphaNam, he was really starting to, get a few frags and, really push the narrative. But once again, one player can't do it all when against the enemy team. You have 2 players who are popping off, maybe even 3. Who was a third? I think Chrystii, she was making some big plays here and there as well. But look, I think players are going to be ready soon. And Binds, Chris, I heard your prediction that you're not optimistic and this could be a 2-0. But I have faith. I think, honestly, we could go to map 3, which could be, honestly, a nightmare for everyone, I'll be honest, because Split is just... it's one of those maps.
Yeah, one of those maps. Look, I would like to see a third map. I'm all for a 3-mapper here, especially after the first one. I'd like to see it a bit more competitive than that. But at the end of the day, if one team's just got more firepower and they're just playing better on the day, like, what can you really do here? So I'm gonna have to go. I have to stay with, I want to see a third map, but I have to be realistic. I don't see that happening right now, unless they've just got some weird some weird strategy that they're gonna pull out that the opposing side, they don't really have an answer for. I mean, we will find out. We don't know right now, so once you do get into agent select, we can dissect that, but for the time being, it's just really speculation.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we are just waiting for just a bit while Lazy restarts her PC. She seems to be back. And Brian, he's gone to do a dookie, to say the very least. I can see his camera right now, and the door's wide open. He's not there, so I'm staring at it, waiting for him to walk in, and, we'll know what happens. But while we wait, I want to pick your brain a bit, because obviously Masters 3 has ended, and Bind, I still want to say, I don't like Raze on Bind. I don't think she's that good. Not anymore. Everyone's playing against her now.
Well, it's one of those things where, okay, if you want to talk about, this is my opinion on, the Raze Jet, which one's better, basically. It's one of those things where it's it's personal preference at the end of the day. The reason why I guess a lot of these teams decided to run Jet on Bind is because, look, I'm gonna blow your mind here. Jet kind of just is overpowered, believe it or not.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know,
whoa,
right? I know.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Very hot take. But yeah, you had the dash, and you just get out of jail free card. And basically, one thing to note as well in high level play is Jet's basically the only agent that can really use an operator. So if you don't have a Jet in your comp, you basically can't ever pick up that gun.
Yeah.
You can, but you're not gonna have anywhere near the success as you can by putting it on Jet. And if you take away that from your team comp or your team as well, you're basically making yourself a bit more one-dimensional. With the Jet, you can at least play that operator. You can play a bit differently. But without it and putting a Raze on your team, it's so much different. Granted, Raze, obviously, if you want to talk about team play, yes, Raze adds so much more to your team. So many more, I guess, strategies and so many more ways you can move around the map. But at the end of the day, you want to play what's best. That's why
help the individual.
Yeah, of course. But speaking of Raze, we've just seen Maple lock in Raze at the very start. So there you go.
Yeah,
because we are an agent.
Agent Pixelex, this isn't what I expected, and well, Brian back on his Jet, sure. I mean, he was popping off on Jet map 1. Chrystii, don't lock and rain a triple duelist on Bind. I mean, sometimes it can work, depending on how hot your team is, but ballsy move. All right. On the flip side, though, purple, obviously, Jet versus Jet action. Lazy Bud, there you go. There's the Viper. I love Viper on Bind, but actually was hovering the KO initially, which I think potential, but not quite realized just yet.
I'll be completely honest. KO after the changes on this map is disgusting. We're not going to see it though, unfortunately. But KO, you literally can't hear the flashes until they're about to pop. It's actually so filthy. And with Skye, I mean, she's still disgusting. Okay, we've got someone powering up in the corner there. All right, so I just had to make everyone aware of that and just powering up Super Saiyan mode. But yeah, with KO, it's one of those things where it's like he's slowly gonna come into relevance here, considering Skye has gone down slightly. But like even after the changes, Skye is probably still the best agent in the game, to be completely honest. Like the changes don't do anything at the end of the day. But these comps, I think we're seeing same exact comp from Team AlphaNam here actually.
Well, Team AlphaNam, it better work out this time because, look, map 1 Ascent, it just wasn't it. Now, Team Chrystii. Obviously, it's more or less the exact same roster as well. Kyvan reprising his role on Brimstone, which, you know, if he knows the lineups on Bind, it will be hugely beneficial for his team, especially in post-plant situations, or for defense, you know, buy time at the very least. Now, starting it off, Chrystii. Bear in mind, they're already up by 1, so they only have to win this map to basically win the series 2-0. Otherwise, Team AlphaNam, this is their chance to strike back and bring us into a 3-mapper.
Well, if there's any time to do it, obviously it is now. I'm going to assume this is their pick because they're starting on the attacking side. So that gets me a little bit more optimistic there. Another issue with their comp, where's the info? Where's the passive info gathering? So we'll see, especially on the attacking side, you're going to have to invest bodies basically to take map control. And on the defensive side as well, you're not really going to be able to passively get info. So we're going to see how this does come into effect here. Chrystii should just be going for a standard wall here, going to force him out of hookah. So you've just completely walled them off, and you're going to hear so many footsteps coming up towards B-Long here. They're already on the side here. They've set the tempo so quick this time.
Ooh, okay, Spike to go down early, and Andy, he's getting caught a little bit from the edge. Chrystii finally chimes first, takes down 1, but she gets a second potentially. Andy's locking the side down. LazyBot has her util out, and Andy's just on a roll. Classic right click OP. LazyBot can't get anything done. Chrystii damn near got the kill, but it was Maple once again, the kill stealer, to finish off the job. That's a clean pistol round, kind of going both ways. Obviously, the round was won by Team Chrystii, but the side take, that was fast, that was concise.
Well, what happens when you can't? I guess there was just no real, I guess, post-plant protocols there. They kind of just get onto the site to get the spike. Okay, what do we do now, guys? What do we do now? Yeah, no hookah control, so does hurt quite a bit as well. Generally on these hits, you want to kind of at least, especially on A, you kind of want to at least have one person going through showers. And that's the same. You want, I guess, a bit of a split coming towards hookah and B-Long, and that just wasn't the case there. So it's a really easy round getting secured for the side of Team Chrystii. Really tight little shot to come out, tight little angle. The nade's done a lot of damage to left plate.
Is it healing the rain? What's going on? Maple's pushing in deep. Kyvan's here as well. He wants to slice up high. Good for 1, blindly sprayed.
1 enemy remaining.
Smoke gets a second. Have a Chrystii on lurk, on flank. Oh my God, whoever needs to aim, bro, just run at them with the SMG. Easy kill to LazyBot, who just stood there accepting her fate.
I believe that was a flawless to come out. So here you go. That's what
force?
No, flawless.
Oh, flawless. Sorry.
No. Okay.
I was getting very concerned there. Okay. I was like, okay, this is a bad start for AlphaNam.
Yeah, that would have been weird. That would have been very weird. But look, they've got the rifles now for Team AlphaNam, so they're in the driver's seat this round. They have every single piece of util available to them that they need, and we're potentially seeing a double A short push here. So see how this one does play out. Their purple's gonna have a rude awakening here. They're gonna get dinked down. Maple is just so much sharper. The crosshair placement is on point, and boom, there you go. Basically, no effort in that kill. Just put your crosshair where you think the head's gonna be, and boom, you just hold down mouse 1. Drone to come out, gonna be finding a lot of info towards his B-Long location. Does spot 2 of the spotted 2 of them with 1 drone.
Collateral. Kyvan taking matters into his own hands, pushes Alan Shower, takes an axe. They're falling apart once again. No hookah control. Chrystie's just abusing it at this point. And the attackers on their last feet now. LazyBot 1v4, 22 HP, have a rifle, and look at this. The defense, they've got 3 upgrades in this round.
Yeah, I'm like I said before, I'm not very optimistic about this, and it's I guess that point is being reinforced. Well, Well, here's the thing. On that bonus round, they go for the double walk down shot because they know they've got the weaker guns. And if you get yourself into a closer range, you can take a fight against one of these rifles and have a solid chance of winning it out, especially if you get the jump on them. Like, you're closing the distance in the range game there. So the fact that they managed to get the free kill onto purple at the start of the round was really, really big. That's a free upgrade right there, and that's a man advantage. Aside from that, they just decided to push showers as well. They knew no one was there. Kevin got an extremely free kill at the end. And that's going to be a force-up as well. The whip comes out. Hold up, what's going on here? A flame with one on Brian.
Hey, Brian, no idea. Now, Chrystii, once again, taking matters into their own hands. He has nothing towards Sands, pushes
Spike
aggressively.
down A.
Maple charges as well, takes on AlphaNam. Ash finally does strike back by Chrystii. This is the time to strike. This is a lineup potentially.
They're not
All the
swinging.
time, he just holds the angle, gets two again, time and time again. Where's the Sentinel? Where's the Cypher traps? You're not getting this information. You called it earlier on, and now we're seeing it in action. Granted, though, they have some guns in their hands. Ash is trying to regain spike controller, and it's very
Last
difficult
player
to do
standing.
when LaFlame is so far away from him. 1v3, and they know exactly where Ash is. He has to get these kills, has the wall, has the heal, and he's being forced to back off. They're swinging him as a team now. Maybe this is a mow down, but for one, can't get the second, and Maple with the classic pulled out just to finish the job. 4 rounds now, back to back. It's been flawless.
That could have gotten very, very spicy there, but not meant to be in the end. That's 4 right now. That was a bit of a weird force that Purple decided to go for that Bulldog, and they're not really going to be able to buy with the rest of the team. Their money is in a very weird spot. If we have a look at the economy here, it's in a terrible position. They've got this really broken buy, and it's just completely disjointed. I'm not too sure what's really how this has kind of happened here, but this is not what you want to see. Now we're finally seeing Chrystii move over towards A, so A shot's going to get walled off at the start of the round. So that's just them trying to be a bit more adaptive. Maple is going for an early pick. I quite like this. Connect some shots, gets scooped up. And they go Brian with the up shot in the distance onto a flame.
Maple's just throwing an all's util right now, and Christie's going in for the heal. You're joking, doesn't have the investment. And
stinger.
Kyvan pushes deep, and Purple takes him down. Kyvan just getting caught his pants down, really. Chrystii, finally, that TP did not pay off, although Maple has been healed up to full health, and he does get that frag back. Looking for more, though, but he's back down to 65. This could be the end of him. AlphaNam will finish his life.
Kill my
And Ash brings LaFlame back to life. This is the best attacking round we've seen thus far. It's only taken 4 rounds to get here, but now 4v2, heavy man advantage. Brian's over towards A. It's all down to Andy to lock it down. They don't know he's here. They have to clear back sight. Just being patient. Andy, good for 1. Gets a second. Fantastic transfer. 3 for Andy. What's up? 4. Confirms it. Locks it down. 1-man army. 5 rounds. My God. That's a 1v4.
Are you kidding me? The 1 round? That team AlphaNam has just an insane advantage because the defenders are just making these really weird plays. These disgusting kind of random peaks getting picked off 1 by 1. The res comes out as well. And they're like, alright, 4v2, yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got this. Awesome. And he's just like, nah, look, you're coming to my site. I'm not letting you take this for free. And it's just, you know what? I'm not dying here either. I'm just killing you all in the process. Gonna make it look easy as well. Whilst I'm at
1
it.
by 1. And look at Andy. Ultimate's online. He hasn't had to use it. He's going flawless. 10-0-0. Well, you're by yourself. Finally, he uses stash, and unfortunately, it is the end of it. Maple pulls out the showstopper. Cool guys are looking at explosions. Takes down LaFlame, dies in the process, and Chrystii brings him back to life. The attack is they're struggling, man.
They look so lost. I feel so bad right now. You're just being pressured so hard.
This is easy. Give it
Yeah,
by
but
himself.
you get 3.
Now
So.
we're-
One
never
enemy
mind.
remaining.
Oh, that's clean. That's clean. I downed him. Okay, I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Good position, but I know exactly where he is.
3. Okay, look. Well, I said he was gonna get 3. You got 2, so you know, close enough.
That's clean. That was marvelous.
Just them. Like, it's just, God, it is just not working right now. They're making it look like they're just pug stomping here. They're playing an unrated. They're just, you know, they've got the music vibe and they're like blasting music. They're just running around aiming. It's like, it's what we're watching right now, basically.
Oh.
You see, AlphaNam have no real answer to this. They're just not hitting their shots right now, and that's what happens in this game. Like at the end of the day, like this game, you know, you can be like the best team in the world. You have all these strats, but if you're not hitting your shots, you're not hitting your shots. You're not winning the game at the end of the day.
And plus, you know, every single early round, it's not them who's getting the first pick, and then their side takes just fall to pieces. Like, where's the util? Where's the intel gathering? Where's the clearing? That's the story again. You've lost 1 smoker early on. Andy, just slowly tapping away. I just can't get the shot down. And LaFlame, oh, that's sharp. And Kyvan investing his ultimate for absolutely nothing.
Screen down.
It's for the respect. Well,
Spike
not the respect,
down
just
A.
disrespecting your opponent.
Oh, Maple, mate.
Speaking of disrespecting, Maple's just gone
Enemy
off.
remaining.
Gets the kill.
Wait, Purple has an operator?
He picked it up somewhere, I think.
Oh.
Or he bought it.
Well, if they did buy the operator, that's
my
when you know
God.
they're getting desperate. That's just how you know.
Yeah, but on attack, I don't know about that one, Chief.
It's not really something you generally invest.
Intel, he has to land the shot. He needs to land it.
Kevin.
It's just bait. It's just bait or something.
Yeah, Kevin knows they don't need to be peeking this here.
The trifecta.
Okay, they're wide now. They're just wide in the open. They're gonna swing it. Okay, they've just given them
One.
away into the round.
One enemy
Good
remaining.
one, Purple, what a shot!
You can't be peeking that,
30
Kevin. What?
seconds
You're just
left.
gonna hold the line, and then Maple swings afterwards as well. It's gone.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Shorty,
Shorty versus Shorty. No, and Brian had it out. Purple once again. Has his knife outs. What a shot. What a way to kill. And look at Brian. He pulls down his pants and slams his ass into his face. 7-0. Look at this.
No. They've just got no answer for this. They just don't have a way to get back into this. They're force stacking B with an operator on A by himself. Okay, this is a cool little self boost you can do here, by the way. I'll show this off real quick. It's a jet tech. You know, you can self boost up there. No updraft needed. There you guys go. You know how to do it now. Do it in your ranked games. But
Only
they're
Jet?
Yeah, only Jet. Because I mean, you can get yourself up there if you play like a Omen or a Raze, but you know, you're gonna have to invest in YouTube for that one.
You know,
Look at this.
she's the only agent in the game that has a passive ability. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Poster boy. There's so much damage done from one single shot of the Hunter's Fury. Gets a second as well. Brian, it's just base. You're funneling them into these hallways. And look at this, the defense. They're just getting these free frags. Early round, I thought it was 1 kill initially, but now early round, it's 3. 1 smoker, 1 attacker. The flame's low. He needs something.
Almost finds the shot and Kevin. They're still gonna be going for that spam. Oh, off the line just in time.
But
They may have a timing here.
Oh,
Oh,
that
and the shot connects. Okay, so 2v4 here. They've isolated a fight. There's an operator to play with now.
Want to go down, but
One
the flame has to
enemy
stay alive.
remaining.
He's the one with the gun. He's gone now. AlphaNam needs to land a sharp shot, and Maple just jumps around the corner. It doesn't even care.
So, funnily enough, what happened there is, I can break that down a little bit because they decided to fight towards B long there. The second Andy pops their Hunter's Fury, you force the two players. Yeah, it's not even that. You force the players to go through the teleporting. Who was on the line in showers? Brian was there, chilling with an operator, free pick. So you've gotten a kill with the Hunter's Fury onto one of them. Brian's managed to get another one on the flip side, and then Maple's just pushing down B long because they know they're going to be completely isolated and disjointed because of that Hunter's Fury. So there's a lot of layers going into that, probably unintentionally as well. But the fact that it works out so well and the way it did is just really nice to see. That's just teamwork right there. Unintentional teamwork. That's chemistry, if I've ever seen it.
They're sweating. They're sweating so hard.
They want to win.
Brian-
Yeah, you want to win.
Brian's only on 4 kills. He showed up big in map 1, but in map 2, he hasn't had to do anything really. It's actually Andy the Sober that's really stepping up. Maple, this is consistent, and this is just absolute messy. What the hell? Shows up spots. Oh, the slow orb as well. The flame has nowhere to
enemy
run.
remaining.
And look at this.
Spike down, B.
Once again, the attackers, they're just getting shut down everything they're trying to do. Purple can't land anything, and he's just dodging the blades, confirms the headshot. 9-0. It's been flawless thus far. This is one hell of a show up from Team Chrystii.
Well,
And you know the craziest thing?
yep.
Everyone
Go on.
has impacts. Brian, a little bit less in this game. He hasn't had to do much. Just
Doesn't
lock down
matter.
angles. Everyone else, they're hitting the shots. They're chiming in. They're doing the work.
Yeah, Maple and Andy right now. You know how backpacks have two like what is it called? Like sleeves or whatever? Like put your arms through. They've got one arm in each of them right now. The whole team's in their backpack right now. They're sharing a backpack and the whole team's along the ride right now. That's what's happening. 9-0 right now. This is
have this
oh
back.
my goodness. This is not what you want to be seeing here.
Brian.
This is just so scary. This is a free. Oh no! Another free pick.
This is a shot, but it's okay. He's jet. He can dash
AlphaNam?
away.
The spam?
They're reading it. They're reading it now. They're starting to adapt. They know every single time they show aggression over towards A, Chrystii is going to push B.
Spike
Interesting play by Maple. But he's
happening?
he's
Okay.
against the wall right now. Brian's locking down the angle.
the timing.
Timing. Still gets the shot
Yikes.
regardless.
What's Purple
Tunnel
looking
vision.
at?
Tunnel vision. Kevin chimes in as well. AlphaNam's dead. The
Oh,
attackers
another-
must find the bleeding
Enemy
players.
remaining.
That's just
They're peeking one by one. Digital.
satchel out.
kaboom shakalaka. Oh, he misses the shot. Oh, that's the knife. It's just bait. It's just bait.
Almost. All right, well, they're just peeking one by one, pushing onto the A site. Like, you can't do that. And Purple has an operator.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. If you have the operator on the jet, you know what that means? You're not dashing onto the site. You're not creating the space for your team. And Purple's just posted up on the line. And they've got absolutely nothing done for their team. And Brian is just picking them off one by one because they're peeking him one by one. And that's what happens. If you have an operator and you're getting peeked one by one, those are the easiest fights you're ever going to have.
Yep. Where's the flashes? They have none. Oh, well, okay, I'm sorry. They do have flashes. Wrong team. I'm just the wrong team. But the smoke as well, you know, you can block off these sight lines. But the smoke is died.
It's just disjointed. At this point, you're probably mentally checked out of the game as well. Brian with another one on Purple. That's potentially just sealed up. I mean, this half is already sealed up.
Mabel's just going to do damage here. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Okay, look, the plane does take him down. Oh, no, Chrystii's around the corner. 2-2, mother. Okay, I was going to say about it. But it's
what are you
okay.
going to say?
Chrystii walks around the corner.
Quick. You got 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
Choo-choo, mother.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, alright. As you do. Love that scene.
Chrystii's just sitting on a spike like a goose over a golden egg right now.
Just turret.
Yeah.
They're a living KJ turret right now.
She could get 2 right now.
Oh.
Or not. Okay, they're aware. Nice use, Phil. He's just holding the line.
Spike
Res.
down B.
Hold up.
It's possible, but Andy's around the corner.
Eliminate.
Nice play.
Lazy's back up. Viper's Pit's available as well. This round is going to be quite interesting here. So they have the Viper's Pit available. They need to get that down. They're looking to take the TP here. But look at Brian. Brian's aware of this. They picked up the Mandal as well. I'm not too sure if they heard him pick it up. But he's in a prime position here to capitalize here.
30 seconds.
He can't go big. The wall comes out.
Perfect.
Oh, we can't do anything. The Viper's Pit as well. That's really good, actually. The Sage Wall's completely
Bench.
Oh!
No. He gets the kill on the Lazy, but as well. Walks out the axe. Brian clears this.
One enemy.
One axe. Oh, no. Kevin just was the man there.
Oh, my goodness.
11 to 9.
I thought for a second that Brian was about to pop off and get birthed, but at the same time, they just pushed through. They're too skinny. That wall is just not enough.
Last round in the half.
Gets a pick. Onto the Viper's Pit there. Lazy has just died twice in the same round. That is just so unfortunate to come out. This is just nightmare fuel. This is nightmare fuel right now.
It's 11 to nothing.
Yeah.
It's maybe honestly 12 to nothing, and not only that, Lazy's just not having a game. 0 ult points, 0 kills.
Look, everyone has bad days.
Yes,
so you can't really be faulted here. Look, at the end of the day, I don't really think them getting like 5 frags here would really change much. I don't really think the scoreline would be too different. The whole team just it's not clicking right now. You're up against an absolute beast right now. Hold up. Purple is back. She got a really aggressive pick to come out. This round has been very explosive, but it's a 2
Team wasn't behind them. Maple, he's regained his position. Look at this. Good fighting. Good for 2. They didn't expect him to be there. Lazy Bud on the board now. AlphaNam chimes in as well. 2v2. No one wants to play with them. Brian just walks right through the smoke. The early flank. Oh, that's AlphaNam again. That's a situation caught between a rock and a hard place, and he just can't get it down.
Unbelievable. That's 12 half. You know what? Do I say it? Oh,
what?
Attackers win.
Oh,
that's a first. I did not know that you can actually surrender in a custom.
Oh no. Well,
God, I was holding that in for so long. Finally. Well, what did you want to say, Crash?
I just wanted to say, like, I'm seeing a 13-0 here. I didn't want to call it early, but
Come on, bro. I was trying to do a